Joy Gurudev, Joy Ma. Now, today we are going to talk in detail about the last eclipse of 2019, which is going to happen on the 26th of December, and which is, a solar eclipse. Now, this eclipse on 26th of December and 25th, because it's at some places it will be 25th December and at some places it will be 26th December. So, this eclipse on the 25th or 26th December, solar eclipse, is going to happen in the Mool Nakshatra. Now, this is very interesting, which is a great story changer, which is a great, game changer. Why Moon Nakshatra? We'll talk about this in detail. And it is happening in Dhanu Rashi, Sagittarius sun sign, or Sagittarius sign, you can say. It is only, going to decide what you are going to do in the next year. This is a turning point which is going to decide, and what you will be doing in next year, you will be doing for next 20 years. The way your situation will be for 2020, it's going to be for next 20 years. It is the year of decade, and it is the year of decade which is going to decide two of your decades. So this is a very important eclipse, and 2020 is a very important year. We will go into the details of 2020 also, but now let us focus on this eclipse, which is very important. And it is not only important because 2020 is a very deciding year for next 20 years, and this eclipse is going to decide what is going to happen in next year 2020, but it is also very important eclipse because next year there is going to be a lot of changes, lot of retrograde and direct of planetary movements for everyone, and it's going to be a very topsy-turvy merry-go-round giant wheel year, in fact a giant wheel year for everyone, every sign. So it's better that we focus on this eclipse more and more. So I've made two videos devoted to this eclipse. Now, one more reason, the third reason why this eclipse is going to be very important, because this eclipse is happening in Dhanu Rashi, Sagittarius, and during the eclipse, when the eclipse will be happening, there will be 6 planets, in Dhanu Rashi itself, and the rest of the planets or subplanets, the rest of the 3 planets will be either, looking at it or some way in conjunction with Sagittarius. So the 6 planets, which are Sun, Moon, Ketu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury, the 6 main planets will be available in Sagittarius at the time of the solar eclipse. So you understand that how important this is. Specifically, if you are an astrologer, you know how important this is. Then we will talk about Dhanu Rashi more before we go to the Mool Nakshatra. Mool Nakshatra is one of the most important aspects of this eclipse, but let us go step by step. Dhanu Rashi, Sagittarius, which is a bigger factor than Mool Nakshatra, it is governed by Jupiter, Guru, and this year 2019 is also adding up to number 3, which is governed by Jupiter, and it is also a Trikal Agni year. What is the connection between Trikal Agni and Sagittarius sign? Sagittarius is considered as a fire sign, and Trikal Agni is fire, the 3 types of fires. So this 2019 year ending with the solar eclipse, fire eclipse. Solar is again fire, and that too in a fire sign, Dhanu Rashi, is going to give a very strong impact. But most of the astrologers, numerologists, and the people practicing divination will fail in explaining or predicting this eclipse, because there are many twists and turns and there are many dramas happening via this planets during this eclipse. So a good astrologer will be able to give perfect predictions about this eclipse. So as this solar eclipse is going to express or give a lot of heat, but it is said that extreme hot is extreme cold. I've said this again and again, and a company called Thermostat has also proved this, that extreme hot is extreme cold and extreme cold is extreme hot. So this eclipse will actually be having a very cooling effect. Understand this. Though it is a very hot eclipse, everything involved in this eclipse is fire, fire, and fire. So extreme hot is extreme cold, so it will be giving cooling effects. So immediately, after the eclipse, you will see a lot of chillness, a lot of coldness suddenly happening in the climate. Places which are still hot, where winter has not started, suddenly people will feel the winter wave after the eclipse or just before the eclipse, and there will be a big ceasefire between warring parties. That is also a very good sign. Big warring parties will come to peace with each other. Of course, the eclipse is going to be a game changer for 2020. So there you can see some friction, but it will be a Cold War friction over there because of 6 planets which are affected, and all the planets which are affected, and also Mula Nakshatra. It is going to be a game changer. Now we will understand what is Mula Nakshatra. So Mula means the root, and once we understand the base, Mool also means the base, the root. Once we understand the root cause, once we understand the base, we will get proper insight into this eclipse. So it is important to understand Moola. Moola, as I've said, is root. Moola means base support. Moola means seed also. So as per the Dhanurashi, the 9 planets, specifically the 6 planets, and Mula Nakshatra, as per the scripture, Brihad Samhita, and intuitions, we will see what are the results of this eclipse on everyone. Then we will go one by one on each and every sign, because I was not intending to give remedies or predictions per sign, because that will be available everywhere, but some people are constantly asking for this. So for that reason, it is important that I have to please you people, so we will be giving that. Okay, so first of all, I'll bring the camera close, and we will talk about the nakshatra, Mula Nakshatra, and this Brihad Samhita. Brihad Samhita, before I proceed, I always like to give you the detail that Brihad Samhita is a scripture, written by a scholar in the court of Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya had 9 gems, and this was copied by Akbar. He also kept 9 gems, but unfortunately we don't have proper knowledge about the 9 gems of King Vikramaditya. Much after Vikramaditya, the Mughals came and King Akbar copied him, because he was one of the greatest king, and this era that you see, Vikram Samant, has been created by Vikramaditya king. So by intuition and by Brihad Samhita, because Brihad Samhita is the only scripture which gives predictions of the effects of the eclipse. So Brihad Samhita and intuition. I have created this readings for everyone as well as for individual signs, and we will go through it. First of all, for everyone. Some of you might get involved, or you might start working towards the purpose of your life. Till now you were not worried about what is the purpose of your life, and suddenly you will be acting towards it and totally focused towards it. And some of you who are over focused and you are feeling that this is the purpose of my life, this is what I have been made for, will suddenly take a U-turn, and they will know that all these years we have been thinking in the wrong way. This cannot be the purpose of my life, and probably this is going to give a lot of, this has given me a lot of trouble, a lot of harassment. This is not the purpose of my life, and I have to divert my focus, my attention to something else. So these two things will happen. People who are focused on the purpose of their life, purpose means the root, the base, the cause. So Mula Nakshatra, na? So I'm giving you this. So purpose might change. And if you're thinking if the XYZ, then you will either give it up, you will be fed up and you will let it go, or you will get some understanding from some guru and you will let it go. And it is very important that you get it. Okay. The second point is that the period is very good to find the purpose of your life. So if you have not been working towards it, go and work towards it. The third point is people who are connected to their roots, or people who are in profession connected to their heritage, will flourish. So be connected to what you are and where you have been born. It is very important. Where your ancestors were, be connected to your roots. And fourth is, as I've said before in the previous videos, people who have suffered for this year 2019, this is going to be a soothing year. This is going to be a game changer. But do not expect a lot of soothingness or continuous soothingness throughout 2020, because in 2020 the planets are going to dance in a very crazy way. In the upcoming videos, in the upcoming days, we are going to speak about it. We are going to give detailed predictions for 2020. Then if you have suffered in 2020, during it began with the eclipse, in the mid there were eclipse, and in the end there is eclipse. So if you have suffered, this was an eclipse year. So people who made you suffer will now equally suffer. But you don't have to do anything for that. You have to just be. You have to just witness. You have to just watch. You don't have to get involved in getting them punished or making them suffer. Or else, again, the karma will come behind you. You have to just be, and it will happen by itself. And sixth point is that truth will be discovered by people and by you during this eclipse. And you will know who is your actual enemy. If you have been thinking your friends are your enemies, then your eyes will be open and you will know that your biggest enemy is within you. And the six planets will which the seventh point is that the six planets which are involved are causing Vish Yoga. Vish Yoga is a combination of Moon and Saturn. Hence, there will be a lot of jealousy in the air and a lot of illness is expected. A lot of health issues will be seen after this eclipse. So you have to be careful. You have to enhance your immune system with pranayam and proper, herbs and medication and diet and everything. Okay. See, already a mosquito has come over here. You can see this. And it's not wanting to go. So you have to be careful with mosquitoes. They will be on their best and they will create a havoc in your life. So as I was going to forget about mosquito, the mosquito came and it wanted me to say. So be careful, get pest controlling done and get all the pest out of your house. All cockroaches, mosquitoes, rats and everything must be out. Proper correction has to be done. Now, the 6 planets involved are also causing many negative yogas like Grahan, Amavasya, Guru Chandal, Kapat. Kapat Yoga is a combination of Saturn and Ketu. So the results may not allow you to, be at peace. You will be always at the tip of your toes. Negative people who have betrayed you, you must not allow them back into your lives. You must forgive. Forgiveness is in your favor, but you must not forget. Keep them away at least for 7 months. For 7 months, I will tell you when to take them back. Keep them away. Do not accept them. And they can put you in problem again. So be careful of this kind of people. Solar eclipses might surely bring bad news for people in court cases, legal matters, and government contexts or government matters. Suddenly, you have seen in Maharashtra, the government has stopped all payments and it has cancelled many big deals. So this will bring a lot of problems to you. 10th is solar eclipse is bad for people dealing into oil, gas, iron, and other Saturn-related items. So be careful of that. You can donate those items. Solar eclipses may also be bad for people consuming intoxicants or people eating non-vegetarian food. A lot of non-vegetarian food or intoxicants. Already in the previous videos I've told you that you have to stay away from this, specifically during the eclipse. You have to avoid it. Then the 12th point is this eclipse might also be bad for scholars and people into armed forces or defense forces. The 13th point is that this eclipse is going to be good for Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, and probably also Pisces, but it can be bad for other signs. But don't worry, a detailed prediction we are going to give you right now, and we will also give you specific remedies for this eclipse. We have given you remedies, common remedies for all the eclipse, because 2019 was a eclipsed year, and 2020 is going to be a greater eclipsed year, because in 2020 there are 6 eclipses. In 2019 there were 5. So now we will start, without wasting any time, a detailed reading about each and every sign and Rashi, and remedies will follow after that. So Aries, you might face some insults. So be ready and just don't let them touch you. You have to be like this. Chalo. Insults, they don't touch me. You have to be thick skin. Taurus, you might face physical or mental distress. Be ready for that and be strong. Gemini are likely to face spouses' health problems, and their expenses might increase due to this. And Gemini will also face evil's eye, nazar. So they must take proper care. Lemons and sticks and evil's eye, or wearing specific rudrakshas, very good. Cancerians might get a very big good news before, during, or after the eclipse. 15 days, 1 month, you must see that period. Leos are likely to face worry. Maybe you might make some insignificant worry a very big worry. So please look at the problem and see what it can cause damage or harm to you. Don't worry about small things. Virgos will be irritated and angry, maybe on small things. Control it, and specifically on your staff, on your employees, don't show your anger. It might go against you. This year might go against you. Libra are likely to get financial benefits. It is good for them. Scorpios are likely to face financial losses. Not good. And don't worry, remedies can correct everything. Sagittarius are likely to face sufferings and problems. Capricorns might face damage or losses. Aquarius are likely to get benefits, and Pisces are likely to witness enhancement in their happiness and joy, but again with fear. So we talk about remedies. All remedies have been given in the previous videos, but they are common remedies for all the eclipse. For this particular eclipse, we are giving you specific remedies which are very strong. Specifically, donating Rudraksh, which we have said before, is going to be very strong remedy for this eclipse. Do Bij Mantra Jap because it is in Mula Nakshatra, Bij Nakshatra. Doing your Bij Mantra Jap is very powerful. If you have not received the Diksha of Bij Mantra, get Devi Puja then. It is very important for legal matters and government related politics related problems. You have to get Baglamukhi Puja done. So please like our channel, and if you have liked it, comment on it and share it on all your social media. Help others. By helping others also, the negative effects of this eclipse will go down. Hari Om Tat Sat.